What's up, Tep Grind? What's up, Scatman? What's up, Blue? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another quick live stream. I know the live streams have kind of been impromptu, just random, but yeah, I've been on a whole new journey. Buen día, Miguel Ángel. Saludos, Miguel Ángel Barajas. Saludos. So yeah, I just kind of been on a new journey and trying to get everything, just learn as much as I can about Lumalore and just a lot of other stuff all at once, and trying to get my head wrapped around everything. So, what's up, Pumita? So today, decided we're gonna do this Skull Squad design. What's up, Daryl? How's it going, man? What's up from Texas? Oh yeah, good old Texas, boy. So if you're out in Texas, there's something you could do if you want to get a chance at meeting me and some of the other airbrush artists out there. So there's a car show called the Lone Star Roundup out in Austin, and I will be out there among the people and out in Austin. So if that's something you might be interested, let me know that you're gonna be out there. Something we can make sure to get a drink or something together while we're at the show or something. So for sure, just let me know. The Lone Star Roundup out in Austin, Texas in September, and I'll be there if you guys are interested. And checking out some cool cars and just hanging out with me. So, but anyway, here we got today's design, and it's obviously, I've cut it out on the FBS Gold Mask. I have fallen in love with the FBS Gold Mask, not gonna lie. It has really changed the way I want to approach stuff. I always said I wanted a really good, like, frisket replacement, and the Gold Mask is like, god dang perfect. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So yeah, you'll try to make it cool. Yeah, it's it should be a lot of fun. I like car shows. If you like car shows, it's supposed to be pretty big car shows, so some of the big names in the industry are gonna be out there, so it's definitely a chance to just check out some really cool stuff, which is why I'm going. Alrighty. So I'm gonna do just some fire going around, and I want it coming up from the Skull Squad, right? So like from down here, maybe I zoomed in too far. So like from down here, right? I want it going all the way around, all the way up to the top, and kind of ending, maybe coming and cutting through the skulls, like right here, right? Because I want this to fit on the back of a t-shirt. So this design will be the new Skull Squad design. And so if you're over on YouTube and you go look around the bottom of the video, like the more information and all that jazz, you'll see the shirts, and one of them is the OG Skull Squad shirt. And when this design goes live, that design will be no more, so it'll be your last chance to get the OG Skull Squad. And then all I'm gonna do is make this the Skull Squad design. No OG, because only the OGs are gonna get the OG Skull Squad shirt. So liked and shared. Right on, Blue. Thank you. What was my first airbrush? So it was a Badger, and I believe it was a Badger 105. I've made the mistake before of saying it was a 155, but it was actually, I think, a Badger 105. And it came in those triangle boxes that were from back in the day. And I don't know. I shouldn't even say it was my first airbrush, because that was my brother's airbrush that I used. My first actual airbrush that I bought with my own money was an Iwata Eclipse BCS. So I'm just going to kind of start off with this nice and lightly. It actually might just be too light. So I'm going to use the Revolution and the Eclipse here to do most of the fire, and then once we kind of get into here and get into some of the details, we'll take the Micron out for a spin. Huh? What you say, guys, once we get into the highlights and all the nice little stuff on the skull. So I'm just going to give this orange a little bit more opacity. Opacity? Opacity? So can you guys even see that? Let's move you guys in here. There you go. The live El Pollo Loco squad. Oh my god. What is it? Where did the Pollo Loco idea start? That's what I gotta know. You really seem to love the Pollo Loco thing, so. What's up, Udo? How's it going? Udo or Udo? Shinker or Chinker? How do you... I'm not good with words, man. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing in some white with this. I want this to be really bold and just a little bit more vibrant so that I could, when we lay some candies over, I could dull it down and then bring it back and do a little push and pull with the candies. And yeah. So again, just shaking it up. Alright. Oh man, Chico's Tacos is pretty good. I mean, look, I'm from El Paso and I can be honest. It's good, alright? But it's not like, it's not something that I miss all entirely. To be honest with you, what I miss more, being that I'm in Colorado, is some Whataburger. No disrespect to Chico's Tacos, but yeah, they're all right. definitely if you're in El Paso, it's something you gotta try and have. If you've never ever had them, you gotta go to Chico's Tacos and have yourself some tacos in the sauce, you know, and they're really good. Definitely recommend. But dang it, there's nothing like some Whataburger, boy, with some jalapenos and just or some Silver Streak. Oh my God, what about the Silver Streak, man? What do you know about the Silver Streak, boy? Silver Streak was on it too. The flame grilled burgers. Just remove the tree from her. What's up, Ken? How's it going? Magic Micah. No dancing around here. What's up, Break a Leg? How's it going? What's up, Ricardo Perez? It's great for hangovers, yeah. I do miss some Whataburger though. Those are just good burgers. Silver Streak's pretty good too. If you're ever in El Paso and you see a Silver Streak, and you're like, what the hell is Silver Streak? Oh, bro, try it. It does not disappoint. There's a lot of stuff in El Paso that's really good. Chico's Tacos is pretty good, not gonna lie. If you've never had it, you gotta try it for sure. Whataburger has changed their meat. Don't taste the same. Oh, I haven't had Whataburger in a while, man. Don't kill my dreams. Don't kill my dreams. Removed the tree and got poison oak all over me. What a week. So being that this is a shirt, I do want to build up kind of the center parts. So I learned this from the first design, is that I do kind of want to build up the color more. And because the translucency of the whole thing doesn't really transfer too well onto a print. So do you want to fill those in? So so doing the flames a little bit different just because of that. I want it to be nice and bold and bright. So I'm just kind of building up this inner circles, leaving those edges, those hard edges, right? Because I'm going to go back and we're going to use some red candy and we're going to kind of flip all this to red, and then we'll lay some more of this like tangerine-ish orange that I've mixed up here over that to really build up the fire. And then we'll, you know, same process, we'll use some orange candy and kind of fill that all in as we go around. But we want those edges to be more subtle than the middles, so definitely just kind of leaving those kind of there you go. Alright. Then we're going to use the Revolution to lay on our candies. I'll start with some blood red. Glad someone can laugh about it. Sorry, man. I don't mean to laugh about it. It's just, man, that's a hell of a scenario, bro. It's like you could have made one of those Mr. Bean sketches out of it, you know, and it would have probably, like, you could sell that idea. So I'm just going to start with some blood red candy here. What's up, Todd? The stencils came right on. Glad you got them. Andress High School. Cool. Henaldo, what's up, Henaldo? Henaldo Caspa. Genaldo or Henaldo? So all I'm doing is shaking up my candy here, making sure it's nice and mixed with the UVLS and everything. Put some of this in here, just add a little bit of reducer, and then we're going to just spray it over, and then we're going to spray some bleed checker over that, build another layer, and then we're going to keep on trucking. I don't even think that needs a reducer, to be honest. That's pretty good. All I'm going to do is come in here and just kind of around the edges here. We're going to flip all this to orange. But what that, I mean to red. I just said orange as I'm watching myself spray red. Gonna give us all those little definitions and stuff, and that's gonna really set off the background. I mean, hopefully a lot of that transfers over the shirt. I'm gonna try to keep it looking good. And these shirts will only be available in black, so it'll probably have the same design on the back, and then probably the same design on the pocket. That looks pretty good. Once you lay that red on there, it really transferred over. The red looks nice and bright. Make sure I get it nice and covered. Also, if you're interested in this particular panel will be for sale. If somebody's interested. Or we could auction it. Should I just auction it off? We can start up bids at $200. How about that? Fuck it. Cleared and well, $200 for shipping. It'll probably cost around $20 to ship it for me. But I'll clear it and everything will be ready for you to frame up. I'll even sign it. But know that I will be selling shirts with this design on it too, so don't be sad if you see your design on a shirt somewhere. I think that would be pretty cool. What a difference the candy makes, yeah. You have a place that does your shirts. So the channel is partnered up or whatever you want to call it with that Teespring. And so they provide all the printing services. And so far I could say that the prints are really good quality and they last, because the Skull Squad shirts that I've ordered, I've used them quite a lot, and even though I don't like the shirt too much, the prints themselves are really good. The only thing I gotta say about the shirts is I would order a size probably bigger than you're used to. So if you're using those links down below to order yourself a shirt and you wear a medium, I would just order a large. If you wear a large, order an extra large. They're just a little bit tight is all. But the shirt itself hasn't shrank, it hasn't warped, it hasn't like got holes in it or anything like that, and the print has held up really good. So there's that. What's up, Carl Becker? What's up, Go Kid? So now I'm just going to lay a little bit of bleed checker over this real quick so that when we lay the next layer, we don't get interference in the colors. Piece of the dry bleed checker in there, but it's okay. Are there ever times you want the candy to bleed through for effect? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't ran across a situation like that, but I can't say no because you probably could. If you wanted to get a really smooth transition between like red and orange or something, and you wanted it to be like perfectly smooth, you could fade up the candy, you know, red, and then fade down the candy orange and have them interlace in the middle. And if they bleed into each other, maybe I haven't actually tried that, so I can't say it will. But maybe the blend will be nicer, theoretically. I don't know. It might not. It might look like ass. That might be why they make bleed checker. Bleed checker is basically just like an Intercoat clear for the Createx candy. So it does its thing. Let's let that dry up real quick. Give this a good old shakety shake. What's up, Businga? What's up? Alright, so yeah, just like I thought, that dried up clear. Perfect. I'm just gonna start again with the orange. Now this orange is probably a little brighter than we need. Again, because we're trying to build up the color for specifically so it'll look good in the print. So we're doing a little bit exaggerated, a little bit extra bright. Now, I like my flames to have like some translucency usually when I do them. Like so you can kind of see through, you know, just like a real fire. That's just kind of what I like to see. But that doesn't transfer to a print too well. It just looks kind of muddy and just a little not what I was thinking. So. I'm just going to come back through with some Grabber Orange candy. And we'll use that to really bring down this orange and blend it into the red. So that's kind of the whole reason you don't want the colors to bleed in together, because see, like what's red here will stay red, and then when I lay the orange over, it won't really tint the red too much, right? Because the red's a stronger color than the orange. But all this other little like overspray that's kind of going in, it'll blend that into the red really good. So it'll give you like some different tones and shades of orange and red kind of melting into each other, you know? And see, that's kind of why I, you know, once I noticed that the candies do that, I really switched to using the bleed checker for everything, because you know, just to make it nicer. And then, so not tomorrow, and in a couple days, I have the test panel for the Luminor bike that I have going. We got it lit yesterday. I had my wife help me out with it. She was trying to burn down the panel. I'm convinced she was trying to burn down the panel. She was just holding that heat gun on high, like really close to the panel, just like eh. But we got it lit. She thought it was cool to see it light up and stuff, so that was cool. And yeah, now I'm pretty confident that I could light up, you know, the bike and stuff. And then I'm gonna try to do some graphics on it, and me and the owner of the bike gonna go over some stuff once we lay it out, so you can kind of get a better idea of what we're gonna do. Even though we've kind of gone over the whole ideas, the whole theme and everything, but it's hard to make, like, I could visualize it in my head, right? Because I know what I mean. And even if I showed him on paper, because it's Luminor and I'm trying to, you know, it's hard to explain sometimes. But he's been really cool about everything, and we're both really excited. That's all I can say. What's up, Jess Kinyowi? What's up, man? I am not from Poland. But I still say what's up to you, sir. Greetings right back to you. Anyone who disliked the live will be severely punished. Okay. So people still don't understand that disliking it helps as much as liking it, maybe even more sometimes. I'd rather you hit like, obviously, you know, but I don't really care. I'm gonna keep painting, and you can keep painting, and if you don't like my painting, well then, boo-hoo, sorry for you. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it's gonna come down to. Boo-hoo, sorry for you. Anyway, I'm gonna switch to some Grabber Orange here. We're going to lay the Grabber Orange over this pastel-y orange. And again, we're doing the pastel-y orange just to make sure that the colors on the flame and everything are nice and bright and bold. So when we transfer onto the print, it'll look pretty good. Alright. Just layering that in now. So how's this camera? Is it good? Let's see here. There you go. Yeah, that's looking pretty bright. Let's do some yellow. And maybe even a little bit of white there at the end. What's up, Sean? Are you gonna use any bleed checker? Yes, I've already had a whole conversation about the bleed checker. You're a little late to that party, sir. But yes, I definitely recommend using it. I use it between the candies. And I'm about to use some right now, so. You watch me often. Right on, man. Thank you, thank you. Alright, we'll let this dry real quick before we leave the bleed checker in there. Alright, so one thing before I lay, actually, after I lay the bleed checker, almost got ahead of myself. For a second I forgot I was laying bleed checker. Oh my god. How old am I getting, bro? What? I literally thought I was about to lay down some yellow. Bleed checker layer right there, let that dry. Rinse this out. What's up, Atik? How you doing, man? Alrighty. So before I lay yellow in, or start doing the yellow, I'm going to peel off the inside of these letters where the yellow is going to be. So there's a little bit of peeling involved here. There's just these little tiny pinstripes here. And this is why I love the FBS Gold Mask. Oh, bro, this stuff right here, beautiful stuff, man. I never tried something and so instantly fell in love with it. As when we were at the rendezvous, we tried this stuff and I was like, holy crap. I was like, this is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Wipe it down for overspray between colors. No, there's nothing to wipe away, my guy. It's dry, you know. I could run a tack cloth over it, but there's nothing, like, whatever goes on is dry on there. And some of that overspray helps create some of the blends and stuff, so when you lay in like your candy and stuff, the binders in the UVLS will hold all that overspray nice and down, as long as you lay it on there nice and thick. So the overspray kind of helps, especially with the fire. You know, you want something to have like a glow, you want it to have like, you know, some light. That's how you get it to do that. You want it to kind of, you know, look good. I don't understand, Atik. So first, let's do this. We're going to take what's left of our pastel orange and just kind of dump that out. And then we're going to take, what is this? The Hansa yellow. Hansa yellow. And we're going to put some Hansa yellow in here. And then we're going to work our way backwards this time. I'm going to lay the yellow in, you know, around these pinstripes really nice and thick. But then I'm going to start working it into the fire. We'll lay a little bit of candy, and then I'll start layering into the skull. And we'll start with the yellow first and then work our way orange to red on the skull. And then we'll, you know, use the candies in reverse order, basically. So there's just a little bit of that peachy orange in there, and then I just threw in some Hansa yellow straight at the bottom, just a few drops of reducer, and we're gonna shake it up real good. And we're hoping to get a nice bright yellow from this. That is not what I wanted. There was too much orange in there. Let's try that again. Alright, there you go. Just a few drops of this. Shake it up. Background color flakes. What? What? I don't understand. Right on, Shane. What's up? Thank you, thank you. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's looking good so far. Hopefully I don't fuck it up here in the next 15 minutes. It can always change, Shane. It could always change. Alright, so let's do some yellow here for stencil. What? I know I just had it. Where'd it go? There it is. So I'm just going to start with the fire real quick. We're going to lay in some yellow. And we are going to lay some candy over this. Just kind of blend in the yellow into everything else. Hope you're well. Thank you, thank you. I'm doing great. You don't make mistakes. Yeah, exactly. How did you enjoy your time at Coast? So it was a lot of fun. I have a whole video about it over on YouTube. I have two separate videos actually showing my experience at Coast. I have one actually kind of, you know, showing a little bit of the overview of the rendezvous and stuff, and then I have one kind of once I had already made it back and just kind of my whole thoughts on everything. And honestly, I would just, you know, if you're really interested, it's worth watching. But generally, my experience was really good. A lot happened. It's like a lot happened. So yeah. So yeah, now it's just pushing forward so I can make it back over there in October for the circus. And yeah, I've already said this, but I want to take a pinstriping class, and you know, they got some of the best instructors in the industry, and I really want to learn how to pinstripe, so I could have that in my arsenal of tools as well. And just be able to take a project just, you know, all the way from start to finish. And I'm just going through and making sure the areas that I need to be bright are nice and bright before we move on and lay candy over this. Like I said, for the t-shirt purposes, we do need these areas to be nice and bright. What up, Justice? How's it going? You watched Duckdoor Nubs? They're awesome. Cool. Yeah, Nubs is pretty good. I know Nubs. Not too familiar with Duckdoor. What brush are you using? Right now, I'm using the Eclipse. Just to get these flames in, I've been using the Eclipse and the Revolution, just because they have a bigger spray pattern. I know. Everybody's waiting for me to bust out the Micron, and we're getting there. All right, we're getting there. It's such a beautiful fucking gun. I'm not gonna lie. I already shot the footage for the. It's not really a review. I don't know what you want to call it. You can decide what to call it when you see it. So I need to put that up, but that'll come in the next few days as I finish editing it up and putting it together. Alright, now let's get these little pinstripes. And so anytime you're doing a little stripes or something like this, right, where it's little tiny little stripes right there, and you don't want to build up the paint so heavy right away. So all I'm doing is going to do like a coat like this, just rapidly over the whole thing. Alright. And I'm not worried about it being completely yellow right away. I just want to get an initial layer on there, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing up on the top. And the reason you do that is so you don't build up a whole ton of paint right there. And then when you peel off the paint, the tape, you're going to have problems. And you don't want to wet it either. You don't want to wet the tape underneath, the adhesive or anything like that. So you want to do it nice and lightly. Just kind of quick. And even though you think it's not covering, be sure that when you unpeel that tape, there's going to be a big difference, between what you just sprayed and what the black of the background is. And we're just going to let that dry for a second. So that fire looks amazing, subtle but impactful. Yeah. We're going to still lay some yellow candy in here, and maybe even come back still with some more extra yellow, just to get it all looking really good. Just give it all some air, make sure it's dry, and then do a second nice little coat in there. Again, I'm just doing really light coats on there. And we're going to do a third coat just to really kind of brighten it all the way through. So anytime you're doing some graphics like this, I highly recommend you build up light coats instead of trying to go wet and heavy right away. You'll save yourself a ton of time and a lot of headaches. Is that from the tiny skull you did? Is what from the tiny skull? I don't. I don't understand. Uh, it makes sense. Yeah, yeah. It makes total sense. I promise. I promise it works. The micron. Yeah, the micron is from that tiny skull. Where is the tiny skull? Somewhere over there. We'll use the micron for some of the little final details here on the skull. I should tell my wife to bring me a drink. Make sure I say please. Cool. And then we're going to do one last little coat in here and make sure it's just nice and bright. Do this coat just slightly a little bit thicker than the previous ones. Again, I'm still not going super heavy. I'm not going really wide on the needle, nothing like that. I'm just building in the color inside of those pinstripes right there. So again, for all those guys who might have not been here earlier when I was talking about this, but this is going to be the new Skull Squad design. And then what I'm going to do is remove the OG Skull Squad design from the shirt store. So if you don't have an OG Skull Squad shirt, this is pretty much your warning. It's going to go down in the next few days. I obviously still have to. Well, yeah, I think I'd rather get a picture. Well, should I get it? It's easier to take a picture before I clear it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But after I get a really nice high def picture, or I'm able to get a scanner, which will be in the next week. You know, that OG Skull Squad design, I'm going to take it down and it won't be available anymore. Ever. Ever, ever. Never ever. It'll never be ever available. So those of you guys that have bought one, I again appreciate all your support. And this will be the one that's going to exist for the next year. And we'll probably work on a few others as the year gets going. Or comes to an end. I don't know what. I believe we're past the halfway mark in the year, so. Alrighty. So now that that's in there, I'm going to do some tequila yellow, mesh all this together into the painting, and then I'm going to come back in with some of the same Hansa yellow. Lots of yellows. And we'll use that for are you gonna do some tiny panels next? No, I'm not Steve Leahy. No. To me, I wanted one first to show you guys. There's a lot of companies out there, you know, right now saying they have like micron level performance, and I just, you know, I have to be able to verify those claims. So without having a micron of my own, I can't do that. So I needed a micron for that. And for two, it's more of a, to me, it's like the finishing touch, right? I'll go through all my airbrushes. I'll do all, you know, the medium, the large stuff, the details and everything. And then to add the final strokes and the final details, I'll use the micron and really just, you know, get in there when it comes down to the final stuff. So that's kind of what the micron, to me, in my head, that's what I'm going to be using it. Everything seems to change from what I'm thinking. So if you check back in 6 months, who knows? Who knows? So I love using the tequila yellow because it adds like a medium blend into the yellow. And then when you throw the Hansa yellow over the tequila yellow, you have like a secondary yellow. But already right there, that kind of looks a lot more like fire, just throwing that tequila yellow over. It's like, ooh, baby. We'll make sure to just overlap it over everything. At this point I could unmask some of the skull and start doing that. So as we work backwards we can really start getting some of that in there, but I'm going to lay some bleed checker and we'll start building up the Hansa yellow over this tequila yellow. Dope design, got a cop one, man. Yeah. How are you liking the Revolution? Harder and steamic guns are nice to work with. Yeah, I tried the Ultra from Harder and Steambeck, and it's alright. It's alright, but you know, like I don't know. Nowadays, it seems that whenever I start off with another airbrush, I always just end up with the knife. Like I always end up using the Iwatas. The only other airbrush that has stayed on my rack, so this was a hard decision that I had to make in order to get my micron on here, because I like having 4 airbrushes. You know, usually with the top feeds like this, I don't load up that many colors. I'll load up 2 or 3, and then maybe, you know, have the detail like the micron is good for that. But you know, I just don't see a need for having more than that. So it was a decision that I had to make, like which airbrush do I remove off my bench to connect the micron and have the micron ready to go all the time, right? And I ended up removing the Air Cobra. That was a hard decision because I really like the Air Cobra airbrush. I feel it performs really well. It sprays and sucks paint really good. I really like that airbrush, but I had to, like, it was between the Air Cobra and the Krios, and I just feel like the Krios has a little bit more, you know, just a little bit finer spray. So looking sick. What's up, Tiger? I agree. Thank you. Paulo Sergio, muito bom. Cool. What type of panels do you paint your art onto? So this is actually metal, and it's steel. I believe this is 26 gauge or something like that. It's thinner than the ones I did for the Rendezvous, but I like using steel because I'm from the Steel City, boy. Steel City. Alright, so now I'm just gonna lay in the bleed checker. Lots and lots of layers of paints here. And it's funny because even laying the bleed checker over this, and you can really start seeing it kind of just start to pop. But once I really kind of lay the final clear coat on here, it's gonna really pop. With the lid. Acrylic panels, huh? What are like plexiglass, you mean? I know we used plexiglass, I know, for the Rendezvous to do the Lumalure panels. Alright. Alright. This song, I'm not down with this song. Alrighty. Better. Cool. So now, all I'm going to do is come in with some yellow. The same Hansa yellow here. Gonna get a little closer in. And actually, I could unmask this guy too. So we start with taking this off. Taking that off. Then we're gonna take actually the big piece off. Which might be easier said than done. Let's see. So all these little tiny pieces kind of right up in here. Get all those out of there. I'm not too worried about saving this because I don't plan to reuse it. Sacrificial weeding needle. Yeah, sure. It's more like disabled weeding needle gets, or disabled needle gets a new start as a weeding tool. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and they gave me a new purpose. Aluminum composite panels mean you can pick up some scrap from your line. Yeah, if they have scraps for you, you sure can. Most places, their scraps are going to be very small. Your best bet is to actually find a metal supply place and go and have a chat with them and see if you could buy scraps from them, because sometimes people go and buy sheet panel and have it cut, like a whole sheet of metal, you know, and then they need certain sizes. Most metal places like that have a special, you know, huge die cutter, and you know, people will take only what they need and leave a bunch of the scraps behind. So sometimes you could go and talk to the metal supplies, and they might have some bunch of scrap that, you know, depending on how you play your cards, they might even just let you have for free. So it's all a thing. I'm not saying they are going to let you have it for free. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that's probably a good place to start. That's the place where the sign shops is going to get their metal from. But I know most sign shops will you know, end up using just about all of it. So now I know you guys can't really tell or see the definition going on here. You guys just kind of see me pulling off some stuff, but I'll bring you in close here in 1 second. Bring them a case of beer and they'll give you all kinds of stuff. Nah, I don't want to say that either. I would say go and have a chat with them first. Feel them out. Ask some questions. Maybe even make one initial purchase. Just to show them, you know, you mean business. And then, you know, maybe the next time you go back, you have a better idea what they like. Maybe you take them a piece of artwork, you know, that kind of thing, and you open some doors for yourself. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so we have the yellow in here. And so all I'm going to start doing is just kind of building up the skulls, same way I would always. And having the cutout like this is going to give us some really nice edges. And like I said, we're going to start with the yellow, and then we're going to lay in some candy, some orange, and we're going to kind of start building up this whole thing as we start going around. And then we'll unpeel some of this at the very end, and kind of go back with the micron, give some details and some highlights to everything. Make sure everything's looking nice and spiffy. And then, yeah, we could go from there. So we're going to kind of try to stay away from that edge a little bit. We want that black edge to kind of end up showing through on the final result. So just going to try to stay away from that edge. I want the overspray to do some work here kind of on this, but I do want that edge to stay. What's up, Frankie Falcons? Frankie Falcon. Hey, Frankie Falcons don't take no shit. What's up, Carlitos? So the very last thing we'll do too is come back in here once I unmask everything and we have everything kind of ready. The very fast step is I'll go in with some yellow and just kind of cut in some of the flames, maybe going over and I'm over the jaw and like coming out from underneath the head here. So as we make our way that way, that's what's gonna happen. And again, I'm just kind of doing this real nice and light. I kind of want the overspray to do a little bit of work here. So when we unmask all those, we'll have a nice, some nice definition there. And I can just come back in with the black, add some details, and cut in with the white, add some highlights. And we'll be good. Trying to stay away from that edge again. Just do want it to be black. What's up, old stone nerd? Oh my god, why is that hard to say right now? What's up, man? What's up, stone nerd? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Now, I was thinking going reverse order. Actually, I should still. Yeah. I'm gonna go in with some yellow first. This is the tequila yellow, right? Oh no, there's nothing. So then I don't have to start in reverse. I can start with red. It's just where I'd rather start, since that's how we built up the other way. So let's start by laying in some red. We don't need a whole lot. So I'm going to do a little bit of a red over the lettering here, over those pinstripes, just kind of going up. Right, just to kind of get those, a little bit of detail in there. Boom, and then I'm going to start kind of just lay the red in over this. And that's going to bring in that black outline right back. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see the skull. And so I don't know how well you guys can see that edge, but there's like a little soft glow kind of coming all the way around. Right, and when we add this, it brings that nice edge right back. See across the top, you really see that black really just start to shine through. And we're just gonna lay the red in there nice and easy. We'll do some bleed checker. And repeat the whole process. So at the same time now, because we have this unmasked and stuff, I'm going to start building up that flame that I was talking about. We could kind of mix up some of the flames kind of coming in around and maybe building up that edge just a little bit more vibrant like. And and we'll do the orange layer, and then I'll peel off all this stuff here. Or actually, no, we'll do a layer of yellow, and then I'll peel everything off, and then we'll do some white, just really bright highlights with the micron after I peel everything off and everything. So just to really make it pop. Checker. Cool. Rinse that out. Extra flaming hot nachos. Awesome.
It might be shook up because it fell over.
So, that's sour. Caffeine. Okay. So I'm going to go back with the yellow. This time just a little more detailed. So in order to do that, I'm just going to add a little bit of reducer here into the yellow. Not a whole lot. Turn down this pressure a little bit. Now we're just going to kind of come in here. Just really lightly build it in here. There you go. And again, you gotta remember, this is kind of like the orange layer I'm building up. So it's okay if it's a little too bright right away, because it's all just gonna kind of get toned down with the candy. So I'll tell you what I can do at this point too is use the texture stencil like this, so we can bring it into these little areas right here, like that, right? And you get some nice little bone kind of effect without having to work so hard. Real easy like. And when we lay the yellow over, that's all going to kind of shift to a yellow. It's really going to look cool. And I'm just using my cutout here as kind of a guide of where to lay shading and highlights, you know. And the goal here is not to entirely cover the red, but to accent the red. Maybe sometimes you bring it out from around the red or bring it over the red. Again, just lay a little bit of texture here. We want to keep it mostly dark, but once we do the orange over there, that's really going to make that little area kind of just blend in and look really good. Now I want to build up a crack here. Go ahead and cross the top, coming down into here. So I'm going to add a white highlight kind of going, or a highlight going that way, which will be orange. And then do the same thing kind of in reverse the other way. Now let's do some more grabber orange. And Badger Extreme Patriot. I have not. I even reached out to Badger because I don't know if they still are, but they were like out of stock everywhere, and I even like reached out and it's like, yo, when can I get one and stuff, and they were like, oh, I don't know. Pretty much that's the reply I got. The orange candy going in. Boom. Boom. There you go. There you go. Alrighty. Now let's lay some bleach checker in there. Just a little bit. What's up, Carl Becker? Thank you, thank you. It's getting there. Gonna do one more layer of yellow. Ah! And then we could finish unmasking all the skull here. And then we could lay in some black and some white to finish it off. Alright, so now I have the yellow, and before I forget, I just want to hit the inside of these pinstripes with a nice bright yellow. Right, so I'm just hitting it at the top of the pinstripes right here on the lettering. Right, so on all these little letters right here, just hitting that pinstripe just so that we have the brightest yellow, and then it'll shift to a nice deep red at the bottom, which is what we want. Right, just inside those pinstripes, easy. Then I can come in and really detail out this skull here. Lay some tequila yellow candy and then we'll unmask all this. Take a good look at it and see where we are. At this point, it's just little details of the yellow. Okay, let's put some tequila yellow on there. Then we can work on our final section of details and stuff. A little bit of this. That's really just going to give us everything we need right there. So let's see here. The camera don't know what to do. It's like, it's too bright or it's too dark. There's no good in between. But let me let's make sure this tequila yellow is in there, and then we'll lay the last coat of bleed checker, and then we can unmask everything. Then I could bury it with clear in a couple days. What's up, Dread Effects? Keep saying tequila, I'm gonna start drinking some tequila, tequila, tequila. Hey, Gerald, where's Gerald? You keep saying tequila too many times in a row, and Gerald Mendez will pop up. Bleed checker. Right on over that. Go. Just a quick little coat over the letters to make sure that that's nice and coated as well. Right on. I want Doritos for dinner now. She got, what were these called again? She got me some extra flaming hot nachos. They're spicy. Alright. Alright. Alright, now we'll let that bleed checker dry up a little bit. We're gonna unmask this. Or actually, wait, no, let me hit a couple spots before we unmask it, and then we'll unmask it. I just need this to be a little bit more pronounced. Doritos and Dr. Pepper. I asked for a drink. This is what I got. At least I didn't work out today, huh? Oh, man. Let's get this unmasked. Let's let this sit for a sec. So I'm going to unmask all the skulls, so I'm going to make sure I get all these pieces off the skull. I'm very sorry you guys have to sit here and watch me unmask. Not much I can say or do all this, well, besides make up some random conversation. But if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I know nobody asked, but this is the FBS gold mask we used to cut out and place this design on here. And I know you guys can't really tell. You know what I could do at the end is I'll lay some 40/50 over this, so you guys can see what the final result looks like with clear on it, and having the black really, you know, kind of come back in and shift in and everything. I almost forgot I want to hit these eyes right here real quick. Before I peel that off, I just want to hit that edge. The edge of the nose here, the edge of these teeth. I just need those little bright spots just so get it in there. Pretty good. Here comes the magic, unmasking. I don't know how well the camera actually picks up the black, so let's see here. If I zoom you guys in, yeah, you could kind of see it over here. Let's see here, if we unmask the eye. So I consider the magic to be like the highlights. That's really when the design pops to me. It's like, oh, it goes from being, oh, it looks really kind of flat, and then you put the highlights and some nice undertones in there, and it's just like, boom, boy! Where'd you find this? You know? Do I ever use transparent white? No, I haven't in the past, but I do plan to order some because I have some plans going forward. I have some testing I want to do with transparent white. I know I have the regular wicked white, not the opaque white. I don't know if that's almost the same or not, but I do plan to. I have some experiments I want to do with white. What's up, Dan? How's it going? Dopeness. Thank you, thank you. Almost there. Just double checking I didn't miss anything. Going good. Right on. Thank you, sir. It's getting there. So many little pieces. There you go. Alrighty. So now, you guys, well, I could do this and I could show you. You see, there you go. You can see the black. The original black is all up in those areas. And when we lay the clear, that'll still be completely black. Right? But what I'm going to do is kind of blend some of those areas in a little bit. We're going to go in with the yellow and we're going to start detailing in. And then I'm going to come back in with the micron and a little bit of black. And we'll do a little bit of push and pull with the detail. You know, brighten it up, darken it up, and then we'll lay the white highlights at the very end. Just a little bit. Just to get everything really nice and spicy. Oh, so I just got a text. So I should probably remind you guys, even though I already said I'm going to be there. But if you're interested in taking some classes, the Airbrush Art Circus is going to be coming around. Not around here, obviously, but the Airbrush Art Circus is in October. And I don't think they have sign-ups available yet. But I recommend you keep your eyes peeled because I do believe they're going to fill up extra quick. I'm going to be taking the pinstripe class there, so if you're interested in, again, just meeting me, hanging out with me, along with all the other amazing artists, right? Because they'll probably all be there. Definitely recommend. So definitely for the next live streams, I need to redo all the banners and stuff, and that's why they haven't been playing anymore. Because I want to go back to the Thursday live streams, but right now I'm so focused on this whole Luminor stuff and everything that it's hard for me to keep a schedule. And it's just better for me to just like, oh, right now I have time. Let's just go live on a panel and do some art real quick. Even though once we get the bike parts lit up, we'll be doing a lot more, you know. We'll be doing some streams on that, so. You fell asleep while watching the live. Gee, am I that boring? Dang. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Says a lot about me, don't it, when you fall asleep watching me. But yeah, definitely if you're going to be... They're going to be held at Coast Airbrush this year too, which is going to be awesome because you'll be right at Coast and available to get anything, any supplies and stuff you might need, like right on the spot. So definitely worth. And then too, if you're out in Texas in September, there's a car show called Lone Star Roundup, and I will be there too, just mingling and hanging around, just seeing what life is like out there in the good old Austin. Again, you might see me and a few more other artists out there. So another good time to hang out and you know, meet some people and do all that jazz. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, definitely recommend both of those events right now. There'll probably be more stuff coming up during this as I get settled in and everything. And there's still opportunities opening up. That's all I'm saying. I still don't know what I'm doing for SEMA. I hope I can make it to SEMA. I don't know about this year. I'm gonna try. I know Jack from Trulers kind of was extending an invitation, but I have to kind of make it all work within a budget and a schedule. And there's just so much stuff. So that might be a next year thing. I want to show up to SEMA prepared and, you know, have something to show people would be awesome too. So if you're a company, you want to make a SEMA project, but you're not ready for this year, maybe you're looking for next year, hey, hit me up. I definitely want to produce something special. I really want to go to the Createx Colors class. You and me both, brother. But I believe it has been full. The last I seen, it said 2 spots available. And, you know, I don't know if those 2 spots have been taken, but that's another thing that I wanted to fit in the schedule. That's just, I don't think that's going to happen. And considering it's not something I really had to take, I just wanted to be there for the fun. I might have to miss out on the Createx classes, to be honest with you. They're in September. I already committed to the Lone Star Roundup in September. And at this point it's like, cool cars! I don't know. I'm not going to rule it out just yet, but I know I probably don't have a spot secured. So unless Createx goes, yo, just come hang out with us and show some of your art or something, I'm probably not going to make it to the Createx class. At least not as a student, you know? So yeah. Is this another Luminor panel? No, not this one. This is just a regular panel. This particular design is the new Skull Squad design that'll be available for t-shirts and stuff. So if you're on YouTube, you snoop around below the videos and stuff, you'll see the t-shirts that are available. One of them is called the OG Skull Squad shirt, and that's what this one's going to replace. So as soon as I get this, cleared up and ready and everything, and get the design ready, that OG Skull Squad design will no longer be available, and it'll be replaced by just the regular Skull Squad design. And yeah, that's pretty much where this is at. Okay, so all I'm going to do here, we got the yellow in there, the primary yellow, and we're still going to build up some blacks and some whites around it. Right? We're gonna darken it in, define it, and then we're going to highlight it. Now, all I'm doing right now is removing off the center part of the letters, so that we could do some shading on the inside part of this. So yeah, I'll take this design. I usually take a really high quality photo of it. I run that through Photoshop, make sure to clean it up really good. And then we send that off to the printing place. They approve or deny the photo depending on if it's actually able to print. And then, then a few days after that it's available for purchase. So you'll be seeing it in the videos in the coming months for sure. You'll be seeing it underneath, and in the videos I'll probably make some kind of banner for it or something. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed I won't be able to make it to the Createx class. I think that would have been dope, but yeah, there's just too much at once. I don't know what to do. And Createx is so far from me. So far. Skull Squad. So, speaking of Luminor panels, I just lit up the Luminor panel that we're doing as a test for the Luminor bike that I'm doing. And I got that lit up yesterday, and I cleared it this morning. So not tomorrow, but the day after, I'll come back and we'll be doing some. Well, that's what the panel I'll be working on. I might be live pretty much all day on that because we're gonna do some graphics and everything on it. And yeah. Alright, so here I have my beautiful Tiffany's Micron. Yes, it comes from Tiffany's the jeweler. This is a special Micron. No, I'm just kidding. So this is one of the Black Ops Microns available at Coast Airbrush. If you go to coastairbrush.com, you'll see they have Microns and Eclipses and stuff under the Rhino Black Ops line. And what he does is actually like powder coat them or ceramic coat them. I don't know what this is. Some kind of special coating. And yeah, he sells them up. And this particular one is the last Micron SB. And it just so happened to be a Tiffany's Micron SB. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start with a little bit of reducer, just a little bit. Then I'm going to use the illustration black here. Throw a few drops of this in there. We're going to take a brush. Mix that up real good. And I'm just gonna come in here and start working it. I'm gonna get you guys in close so that you guys can see. That's as big, far as the zoom goes. So you guys can chill right there, and you guys can check it out. Whoa. And so I'm going to shade this all in, kind of darken it in. And then I'm going to come back with the white, and then we'll do the final kind of brush strokes with the white. Leaving the needle cap on. That's funny. I look over just to see that as I'm taking it off. I'm putting it on the backside. He said bold move. Yeah, I literally just forgot that it was on there, so. Now, I don't know how well this looks in, oh, it looks pretty good on the stream, actually. So, in person, because the bleed checker and the candy are kind of the gloss, and this illustration black has a really big, or a really defining matte finish, right? It almost looks like more of a gray, like a charcoal gray or something when I'm laying it on here. I don't know how well that transfers onto the camera, but it actually looks pretty cool. But I know when I lay the clear on it, it's all gonna just turn black. A little free hands in there, look at that. And so what will make this design significant is that not only is the Skull Squad design, obviously, the second one specially dedicated to the Skull Squad. Thank you again, all you guys, for all your support, especially over the past year with COVID and everything. Your support went a long ways. Just even knowing that you guys are just watching went a long ways. But also will make this design significant. This will be my first design that I've ever painted with the Micron. So yesterday I tried it out on that paper and did some little doodles with it, but I didn't really paint anything with it. This is actually the first painting ever that I'm using my Micron on. And I'm using it for the detailed part, so just kind of going in there and really adding some definition on everything. So this song is too much for me right now. There you go. That song was just like right in my ear. Nah, too much, man. Too much right now. We're going to keep all this texture in here freehand, and I laid the kind of smoky back texture, the kind of layout for the texture using the stencil, and then I'm going to just kind of go in around it and shade that in and define it with the, using some freehand work. I've learned a lot from you. Thanks for that. Right on, Dan. You're very welcome, sir. I hope it's learning good things, not bad things. A lot of people claim I'm a bad influence, but hopefully hopefully your experience has been good. Yeah, there's still a lot more to come. There's still a lot more to teach. You just get, I'm only one man, you guys kind of give me time. That's also a reason I've been trying to promote, if you over on the Facebook group and stuff, I've been trying to showcase all these other artists, just so that maybe all of them can kind of help, all the newbies kind of help answer questions and stuff. Because again, I'm only one man, guys, and not all of you, but some of you can really wear a person out with the questions and stuff. And yeah, I just, I've been trying to spread everybody out and get everybody, So here's a chat I actually need to have too. I think I'm gonna make a video about this, but we'll have a quick little discussion about it here. So put a 1 in the chat if you ever read Airbrush Action magazine. That's all I'm gonna say. Just ones. Put a 1 in the chat, and I'll look back in a second, and I'll see how many ones out of everybody watching. There's what? It says there's 30 people watching across the platforms right now, so if you get 10 ones, that's pretty good. 15 is excellent. 20 ones would be like, dang, son. But if you ever read one of the Airbrush Action magazines, just put a 1 in the chat. A 1 or an F, pay respects with the F. 1011. We got 2 ones. That's it. 2 ones. Alright, so I don't know about all the politics of why it went away and all that. I mean, I do know. That's not what I want to discuss. I want to discuss how, because that magazine doesn't exist anymore, a lot of the people that I looked up to when I was learning or when I picked up the magazine You know, obviously before the age of YouTube, um, a lot of the artists that were in those magazines, really talented people and stuff, have kind of drifted away from the limelight, and a lot of you guys that are newer don't really know who they are, which is kind of sad. So we're having a discussion, talk about this yesterday with Mr. Rob Churchill and stuff, and I was telling him how it's kind of weird that I'm raising like the next little generation of airbrush artists, right, in my chat, and all the people that watch the videos. And then I was under the impression that you guys knew who all them people were. Like, you guys know who Joe Vincent was, who Rob Churchill is, who Dave Monig, who Jeff Styles, Jason Brookshire, all them guys, Javier Soto. Like, there's so many of those talented guys that have been around for a long time. Like, I've been doing this for 20 years. There's people who modestly say 29 years, 30 years. But I know in my head that if I've been doing 20 years, you know, they've already, like, they're being really modest about the time that they've had. So, they have a Facebook page. Is it active? Is Airbrush Action Magazine active? But anyway, you know, so it's kind of crazy, that whole way that has happened. And luckily, I managed to use the YouTube to kind of build a name for myself, right? And that's how you guys know who I am. But, you know, a lot of those guys from the magazine that I was never in, right? I was never in the magazine. I always looked up to them guys in the magazine. I always seen their work and was like, whoa, there's a lot of amazing guys that people just don't know who they are. And it's really sad. Because I don't want that to happen to me, right? Like, if YouTube goes away, I really hope I jump onto the next thing, whatever it is, right away. Alright, so I'm going to dump out this black, and we're going to rinse out this black real quick. And then I'm just going to drop in a little bit of white. And so I feel like I need to make a video just kind of showing you guys. And this is when I wish I had a bunch of the magazines kind of laying around and stuff. Because, like, yeah, I'm still young, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, it's weird to me that you guys look up to me, right? I still don't know how to feel about that. And that's just me being real. I don't know how to feel about that. Because I don't consider myself, like, I don't know. I think I'm good, but I wouldn't say I'm one of the greatest, right? Like, it's just being real. There's guys that have been doing it longer than me, and I feel it weird. People look up to me, and then there's people that I look up to, and that I've always kind of wanted to meet and do stuff with, you know? And so I feel like there was a whole mess of a generation of artists there that maybe didn't get the exposure that they deserved because that magazine died, or who were about to, you know, be on the rise, and then again that magazine died. So it's just crazy to think about. So I did the Hot 6 with all those people, but I feel like maybe some of you guys don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just Airbrush magazines. So yeah, there's also, yeah, I won't get into it about it anything else other than that. That's all I wanted to make, is at the point that like all those guys that I looked up to are still around, still airbrushing, and it's weird to see how I still, you know, look up to them, and then there's a lot of you guys that don't even know who the hell they are. And that's all because the media changed, right? Like, we went from magazines to videos. And obviously everybody doesn't know how to make videos. Some people don't care about making videos. Some people are just like pictures, and that's easy, you know. And yeah, I don't know, it's just strange to me. Alright, I put some white in there. Gonna let that kind of mix a little bit. What's up, Miguel Angelo? Terry Hill is cool, but I can only find 2 vids of his. Exactly. Heard about them from someone I used to know, not from magazines. Yeah. Embrace it. It's part of putting it. Yeah, like, I'm not saying anything bad. It's just, that's cool, Brandon. That's really cool. So yeah, I worked really hard to make sure my channel gets noticed. So, I don't know. I'm just... Anyway, I'm gonna start laying in some white. Not gonna lie, the micron just makes it so nice. I fucking love this airbrush, bro. Not gonna lie. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna do all this white, and then I think I'm gonna do a layer of candy yellow over it, and then just do one last little hit of the white highlights, just to give it that extreme depth. Using the technology, but yeah, I hope to keep it pushing forward. I definitely haven't seen anybody in the chat come and say that airbrushing is a dying art. Not for a while now. We put the defibrillator on that heart and fucking blah, son. Airbrushing is back. Have to see you make toxic textures rusty and stuff. Yeah, I mean, if there's ever a chance. Maybe on some upcoming panels I'll find a reason to sneak it in there or do something. I don't really do too much with that kind of stuff. But I'll keep it in mind for the next one. I have all you videos. What do you mean by you have all my videos? All my videos are on YouTube. If you're one of the dudes that downloaded or copied my videos, please don't. Please delete them. Please watch them on YouTube like everybody else. You could say you've watched all my videos. I'd be like, oh, cool. I hope you learned something. Saying you have all my videos is kind of a whole different story. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's a lot of videos to have bookmarked, not gonna lie, but more power to you. It is a lot of videos to have bookmarked, to be honest. There you go. Pretty good. Alrighty. So then on this lettering here, I want to do a highlight. I'm going to need some tape. Ugh. You think you need a micron now? How do I pitch that to my wife? Like, hey babe, you know that thing we do every month, called paying the rent? How about we skip that this month? Right? Babe, you tell him. That's a good advice. Another good advice would be like, save up enough money for a micron and a Coach bag. Order both, and when she wonders where the money is, just hand her the Coach bag. Don't even mention the airbrush. Just hand her the Coach bag. Just say, I love you, honey. You're the best. Walk away. Walk away and just start painting. And if she ever notices, where'd you get that new tool? Well, I had to get myself something since I got you the Coach bag, Alright, so now I'm going to do some lemon yellow. And we're going to shift all this white back to yellow. Nine times out of 10, though, your wife won't notice that you got a new airbrush if you got her a Coach bag. And if she does, she probably won't even mention it. She'll just be like, huh, whatever. Moving on. So lemon yellow is going to tone down those highlights we just threw in there. Going to lay it over the yellow that we sprayed on at the end there. And then again, right over the white highlights. Now, I don't even think it's going to need white highlights after this, to be honest with you. I don't think so. That's looking really nice and bright. I think the key word of that whole situation, though, was to save. Save for Coach, save for Airbrush, save, save, save. Become a good little saver, save your beans until you have enough to trade them up for an apple. Then you get yourself an apple. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks good. It's like a skull. It's like a skull. That's exactly what I just said. It's like a skull. That yellow really, that did it for me, boy. All right. By the way, there's food. Nice. I'm almost done. I'm just gotta do a little bit of white. And I'll be right there. Looks great. Thank you guys. So I think I want to do just a little bit of white on this lettering. And I just noticed the camera's like tilting. I don't know why. But it was just choosing to go on its own. There you go. So let's just lay a little bit of bleed checker. We'll lay a little bit of highlights on this lettering. We'll finish unmasking. Not enough. Final, just nice white highlights. The finals. It's looking really nice and bright. It's gonna look really dope on a black shirt. I'm excited. You guys excited? You guys gonna get a shirt? I'm gonna get a shirt. Shoot, son. No, but really, thank you guys all, part of the Skull Squad. And even if you're not part of Skull Squad, if you want to help support the channel, getting one of these shirts will help a long way. If you want to support the channel today, you could always go and order one of the shirts that's down there right now. A lot of those designs are about to disappear in a few days, so if you like one of them, I would suggest you order them. And then, oh, and if or maybe you don't want a shirt, maybe you just want to support the channel in a different way, there's also stencils available at mikesbrush.com, like it is on the bottom right hand of your screen. Go and get yourself a nice stencil kit. I keep them affordable for everybody, and they're really nice stencils. So if that's something you're interested in, by all means, please. Buying one of those stencils or buying one of those shirts helps the channel directly to help bring you guys more videos, more instructionals. Again, materials are not free, neither is internet, electricity, all that kind of jazz, so helping the channel in any kind of way is very, very, very much appreciated. And yeah, I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I appreciate you guys all watching. And hopefully you guys like today's design. Great work. Thank you, thank you. So let's just put a nice little streak of highlights right coming in right down the center fairway here. Alright. Alrighty. So we got some nice white highlights. Everything looks nice and good. Now let's unmask the lettering. And I think I just might lay some 40-50 over real quick just to show you guys what it looks like, or what it potentially will look like with the top coat on it. Oh, that looks clean. That looks clean. Ah. Yeah, that looks hot. That's hot. The best Will Smith impression. That's hot. And here in a second, I'll put it on straightforward with the camera so you guys can get a good look. That's fancy, bro. That's fancy. Multi-layered freaking writing. It's like shaded 3D. Oh, you got the fire. You got the skull. All right, look at that. So, flip it this way, or if I go too far, it's gonna get the glare. I'd rather move the camera, I think. Oh, it feels good to stand up. So let's see, let's bring you guys over here. Nice and straight on with it. Now, bring you guys down. Do like this. And then we could zoom out. There you go. And zoom in. Well, if I zoom in, there you go. So you can see all that detail in there. The lettering. There's a little bit of glare of the light there, but it's okay. There's the Skull Squad. So there you go. I wish the camera did it better justice, but it really doesn't. The colors are completely off. But anyway, if you want to see the finished result, make sure you go and you follow us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook. I'll be posting a result here in a minute. Oh, man. And then, yeah, I'll be clearing it up and turning this into a design for the Skull Squad shirts. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys liked that video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's live stream. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. It was very awesome. Thank you, Justice. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Frankie Falcons. Thank you, babe. Everybody who was in the chat today, thank you, thank you. Oh my god, I'm gonna go get some food. Like I said, in a couple days we'll be back. We're gonna go live with a Luminor panel, the test panel, and we'll be doing a kind of a cool little effect. It's the test panel, but I'm also gonna use it as a display panel at one of the local shops here. So, yep. Just woke up at the end. Right on, Dennis. We'll see you later, man. We'll see all of you guys later. Hope all of you have a good, what's today, Sunday? Everybody have a good Sunday. And we'll see you in the next one. Later, everybody.